Hello, everyone, and welcome to an Apple a Day. This is your host, Apple, here. I hope you all are doing wonderful this day. Hope you all had a great week as well. We're going to go ahead and get started with the 5-minute meditation. I can take quiet time when I need it. Every day is a new chance to make things better. I kept the strings to my obsessive thoughts and float away with them. When I meditate, my mind becomes free from thoughts. I forgive myself and set myself free. I'm attracting wealth and abundance. I can achieve anything I want as long as I keep trying. I take deep breaths and find my center. I am proud of my actions and everything I do. I allow my positive attitude to bring me success. I know that nothing bad is going to happen to me. I acknowledge that feeling anxious or sad is normal. I release stress and negative thoughts about my body. Thoughts stop outside my mind during meditation. I am building habits that will create a better life. Life is simple, easy, and effortless. I will remain strong. I concentrate my energy on feeling content and peaceful. I find the positive in any given situation. I successfully separate my obstacles from how I define myself. I survive on bad days and thrive on good days. I can get through tough times with compassion. This moment of discomfort will pass. I focus on things I love to reduce my stress and anxiety. I inhale the positive thoughts and exhale the negative thoughts. I take deep breaths to calm my racing heart. I am in control of anxious feelings. My talent is worthy of value. I have overcome some of the most difficult situations and come out stronger. I feel calm amid chaos. I am calm and relaxed right now. Every breath I take is making me more relaxed. I have the patience I need to get through this day. I welcome calm, positive feelings into my heart. In everything I do, I try to do my best. I choose to have a peaceful day, regardless of others' actions. I am naturally calm. I'm ready to relax my mind from worries. I am ready to shine. I let go of my worries and fears. I focus on regaining my inner peace. I push the negative energy away. I love myself unconditionally. I'm a magnet for positive experiences. My feelings deserve to be expressed. I allow them to flow. I am at peace in my own body. Okay, that'll do it for our 5-minute meditation. Let's go ahead and get into the episode topic. Okay, for today's episode topic, it's not too in-depth, but it is something that I feel can be useful for identifying aspects of your life to have gratitude towards. So this week's episode topic question is, what is something that makes me feel hopeful? Who is someone that makes me feel hopeful? Okay, so I broke this down into like 4 very basic things. I'm actually going to start from like the bottom to the top because I feel like the first one I wrote was like the best. But my first one was something that makes me feel hopeful is seeing the way that animals or pets light up when they see their owners or their human, you know. It makes it believable, and it gives me hope that, you know, people are lovable. Someone can love you. And this is coming from, you know, creatures that, you know, are completely dependent on you, completely at the mercy of humans for the most part. And I think what's really interesting, right, is how this presents. So take it that you see an animal that's been abused, right? A lot of times they'll go and they'll be very, very, you know, feral. They'll be snappy. They'll be scared of humans in general because some form or another, at some point in time, a human abused that trust that they had and the love that they gave to them, right? What is so beautiful about having, you know, animals and pets is that they will be that way, you know, for good reason. And, you know, humans are like this too. But all it takes for pets, right, is to have like some birds, some olive branch extended for it to be okay. You know, that's where you start building the relationship with that animal again, where they can start to trust humans in general. It's not even just trusting one specific person, but it's trusting humans in general, right? So if you look, so say for example you found a, you know, malnourished dog, a dog that's been beaten and stuff like that, and you know you just leave him food out every day for like the next 2 months. Maybe eventually that dog goes and, you know, decides to wait and see who it is that's giving them the food so that they can thank them. And that it's in the form of, you know, just smelling your boots or, you know, brushing against your legs or actually, you know, jumping on you, licking your face kind of thing. They do something to show that they have gratitude towards someone that has helped them. Especially when it is, you know, a human. It's one thing if they, you know, it's a dog that's like, you know, just run the streets and it's like never had really a home. It's a whole different thing. Not too different, but it's still like a really beautiful transformation when you see animals, in this example, dogs, go from being completely afraid of having any type of contact with a human again, and that it's just repaired because you extended that olive branch. You did something to show that you don't mean any harm, you know? So that's something that makes me very hopeful. And I feel like animals is a really good way to look at it, and just in general, I would say babies, but babies, to a certain extent, they like know, so you have a little bit more. At some point, they'll be able to like actually verbalize what they say. But I use animals and pets because they don't necessarily do that. The next one is to be taken with a grain of salt. But seeing couples or individuals love one another so selflessly is absolutely beautiful to me. So seeing how, a significant other may make their own significant other laugh or smile is so beautiful. Seeing them care for, a pet, or care for somebody that's younger than them, or for more so for this example, babies, because babies don't really they have limited functionality and verbalage. Sorry, they can't really tell you exactly how they're feeling with words. They can't articulate exactly what it is that they feel, but they do tell you a lot with the limited, verbals that they do have. They cry when they're upset, they smile and they chuckle when they're happy. There is like such a beauty to know that you're doing enough to make someone happy that can't even fully express it in words. And that's what I think is really beautiful about humans in general, is that when someone, literally takes your breath away, or you're left speechless by something kind or very beautiful that they say, especially when something like that is so genuine, that's something that gives me hope, because it's one thing to think, nice things about someone, and it's a whole nother thing to like actually, say it out loud, say it to a friend, or even for the most part say it to them. You let them know exactly how you feel, or how you think about them. I think that's really a beautiful thing, and it's even more beautiful, I think, when you do it without the expectation that they have to do it back. So, like, for example, if I tell somebody that I am in love with them, or that I love them, right? I can do that without the expectation of hoping that they would love me back. Yes, it is a hope that they would, especially if you would like to be in a relationship with that person. It's a hope that you would want them to feel the same way. But I think what's the most important thing about the difference of being, loving somebody and that versus being in love, I feel like a lot of times when you're stuck in the love section, you want something in return. It's like a give and take relationship. It's not, a negative thing in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't necessarily have to be negative. It's really positive in that way. You do things for other people, and that's great, and that's awesome. But I think what's a little bit different when you're in love with somebody is that you don't expect anything in return. That's the extra mile that you're going to love somebody, and you're just okay, having that love for them. It's not something that had to be reciprocated. It's something that you enjoy doing. It puts a smile on your face. It warms your heart to, treat someone in this way, to make someone feel happy in this way, kind of thing. And I think that's really beautiful. So the next one I had was having good combos or a good laugh that makes it worthwhile to have friends. So I know that sometimes through life we worry about, losing friends or not falling out with people. And, it can suck having to go through that, especially if these are people that you thought, you'd be, friends with them for the rest of your life. It really sucks to have to go through something like that, But I think what's the most important is that you have friendships that are meaningful. And that is prioritizing quality over quantity. It's one thing, to be friends with, everybody you meet, and it's like but them, for the most part, you would know them only on a surface level. You wouldn't know them, who they are to their core. And I think that's something that really robs you of the interactions that will be the most meaningful, have the most impact in your life, and make you grow the most. I think it's way more worthwhile, way more important, way more I guess just worth having. To have those friends that are almost like family, One of the things I like to say is that found family is better than real family, in the sense that, yes, you can have, your people and you're bound by blood, and that's all good and dandy, right? But I think it's a different thing when you have your found family. These are people that you seek out for one reason or another. They have commonalities with you. And it happens that that friendship is so strong that whatever happens through thick and thin, you are doing what it takes to make sure that friendship continues, making sure that, you guys are still good at the end of the day, you guys don't fight. That, I feel like, is one of the most worthwhile types of friendships in the world. Like, I would never personally prioritize just, having a bunch of friends over, my small group of friends like I have now that mean the world to me and help me grow and, give me perspective on things I would have never known or found out myself at the time that I found it out now. So I wouldn't have been at this age and knowing the knowledge that I have now if I didn't have friends like this. And I think that, as I said, I think that's 1,000 times better than just having a bunch of surface level friendships or relationships with people. It means so much more to be able to grow and, have people make you be your best self. And I think that's something that can be seen in all aspects. Your pets can allow you to be the best owner. They're going to push you to care beyond what you thought you were doing before, beyond caring about yourself. Friendships will teach you to care beyond just yourself and do for other people that, you don't have any, connection with them other than, it's the friendship. And then to step it up even more, when you're in a relationship, to have that type of care and selflessness to put someone else's needs above your own without, wanting something in return. Just because that it makes you feel good to make that person feel good. Like that is your source of joy. That is your happiness, to make people feel loved or make people feel happy. All really, really beautiful things, and all things that make me hopeful. My last point I have here is that is more of a grim one, but I think it's a very important point to leave off for this analysis, I guess, of this question. So I think what makes me the most hopeful for the longest time that I've been evaluating within myself is seeing how beautiful the sunrise and the sunset are each and every day. And in a weird way, it makes it worth living for to see the next one. It's such a weird concept to just think of, like, something so simple as that, but it's something that did help me when I was going through hard times. What is one thing that I find absolutely beautiful that's going to be here every single day, that I can look forward to? The sun. The sun is a bright beam. It is the beacon of hope, if you will, I think what is also super beautiful about that is that the sunrise is the sun saying hello, and the sunset is the sun saying goodbye. But it's a really nice thing because when the sun sets, you're hopeful for a sunrise. You're expecting a sunrise, right? But even if a sunrise did not come, you would still be okay because there was a sunset left. Does that make sense? The sun said hello and it said goodbye before it left. And it makes me hopeful in the sense that that is something you can look forward to every single day. A hello and a goodbye, a simple one that does, it's not even with words, it just is, it's as simple as it's just the sun coming up and the sun setting. It's really interesting to see how big of an impact just focusing on that one thing coming and going every single day. And then you eventually build it to the point where you're not just looking for the sunset or the sunrise anymore. There are other things that you start to look forward to in your life that build upon that everyday cycle. That's when you start getting into a routine. And that's one of the things that's like, if there's a way for you to start from the bottom up to find things that you're not only grateful for, but they're things to start living for, like really living for, you know, that is one of the best places I would say to start. Like one of the best. It's another point I'd like to add with that. Because the sun, you know, it says it has its high and it has its bye. A lot of times you'll see in life, right? Whether it's a pet, whether it's a significant other, whether it's a friend, a lot of times in those situations, your hello and goodbye, or your hello or goodbye, may not be so clear. You know, there's so many times when we find that, you know, family members or people that we can just care about in general have passed away. And I've heard quite a few times just like, well, I didn't have enough time with that person, right? And I feel like for a lot of the situations, it doesn't matter how much longer they would have lived, but it's always never going to be enough. You know, that's just how it feels with having those connections. It's never something that, you know, you fully get over. It's something that you learn to cope with and deal with day to day. But it's never something that you're fully over. It's never something that you fully see that you're like, okay, this is where they should have, you know, and you don't want to have more time with them though. That's never, I don't feel like that's ever the case. I feel like for some reason or another, there's always a time or a person they will want, you know, that still wants that time with them. So I think it's really beautiful that we have something there, something visible, not tangible, but visible, that we can just see a hello and goodbye every single day. But yeah, those are gonna be my 4 aspects of that question, and then we're just gonna go and move into 3 good things. So 3 good things that happen. I did well on my test today, so that was nice. I had a really good lunch. I had chicken fajitas, you know, chicken fajitas, homemade, of course, delicious. And I don't know, I went to go pick up my new glasses and I really didn't have any problems. Like, I was asking my roommate to go with me, and then I decided against it. It's like, I can do this by myself, you know? So I just felt like it's a little bit of independence, a little bit of confidence with that. So yeah, I think that'll be it for now. I'd like to thank you guys all for listening in. As always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, or ideas, tweet me at an appo a day. And I'd like to thank you guys all for listening in. Until next time, bye.